Ma'am, where'd you get all this cash?
It's mine. I'm a businesswoman.
There's no way. She had to have stolen it. Someone like her with that much.
All right, that's enough. Ma'am, you're under arrest. Turn around.
What? You can't be serious?
She walked into a bank at 9:47 in the morning to make a deposit. Her own bank. The one she had run for 6 years. The one whose construction budget she had personally approved. The one with her executive portrait hanging on the wall in the back hallway. And she left in handcuffs. Not because she had done anything wrong. Not because the money was not hers. Not because a single piece of evidence pointed to a crime. Because a 26-year-old teller looked at a black woman in jeans and sneakers and decided that someone like her could not possibly have $20,000 legitimately. What neither the teller nor the officer who arrested her knew, what they were about to find out in front of 40 witnesses and 4 recording phones, was that Adrienne Moss was the general CEO of Dominion Federal Bank, and this moment was going to cost them everything. Adrienne had been awake since 5 a.m. She had taken a 6 a.m. flight from New York to Charlotte for a quarterly business review. She had $20,000 in cash, earmarked for a property closing later that week, and she decided to deposit it before her first meeting. Simple errand. 5 minutes. She texted her assistant Maya, branching into the Charlotte location for a quick deposit. Meet you at the office after? Adrienne was 47 years old, 22 years with Dominion Federal, started as a branch manager in Brooklyn, moved up through regional director, executive vice president, and 6 years ago was named general CEO of the entire institution, 340 branches across 12 states. That morning she was dressed for a 6 a.m. flight, dark jeans, black blazer, white sneakers, leather bag, no jewelry except the watch her father gave her when she made VP. She joined the line behind 4 other customers and waited. When her turn came, she stepped up to Jessica Hartman's window. Jessica was 26 years old with 4 years at this branch and 4 documented complaints from minority customers. All 4 described the same behavior: excessive questioning, accusations of fraud, assumptions based on appearance. All 4 had been dismissed. She looked up as Adrienne approached, and something in her expression cooled before a single word was spoken. Good morning. I would like to make a deposit. Adrienne placed the $20,000 on the counter, bundled 20s, neatly wrapped and counted. Jessica stared at it. Where did you get this? Adrienne kept her tone even. I am depositing it into my account. That is all you need to process the transaction. People like you do not normally make deposits like this. Not dressed like that. The customer before Adrienne, a white man in a polo shirt, had deposited a similar amount 3 minutes earlier. No ID request. No questions. 2 minutes and a smile. Adrienne noticed. Said nothing. She handed over her license without another word. Jessica took it, looked at the name Adrienne Moss, did not recognize it, and walked to the back office. She did not come back for 7 minutes, because she was not verifying anything. She was calling 911. There is a black woman at Dominion Federal on West Trade trying to deposit what I believe is stolen or drug money. She has $20,000 in cash, and her story does not add up. Have you ever been treated like a suspect while doing something completely legal? Type yes or no below. Officer Dennis Cole had 9 years on the force and 8 complaints in his file. All 8 involved racial profiling. All 8 were dismissed. He walked through the front doors, scanned the lobby, and his eyes stopped on Adrienne, the only black woman at the counter. He walked straight to her. Ma'am, where did you get all this cash? Adrienne opened her mouth. Cole cut her off. Think carefully how you answer that. I am sick of your kind always committing crimes. 30 people in that lobby heard every word. Adrienne kept her voice completely steady. The money is mine. I earned it. I am here to make a deposit. People like you do not walk around with $20,000 unless it is stolen. Prove how you got it, or you are getting arrested. Is this because I am black? Cole's face hardened. There it is. You people always play that card the second you get caught. He demanded ID. Adrienne had already given hers to Jessica. Cole grabbed it, looked at the name, and it meant nothing to him. What do you do for work? I am a businesswoman. Cole laughed. Sure you are. He ran her ID. It came back clean. No warrants. No priors. Nothing. He looked at the result like it had given him the wrong answer. Then he looked back at Adrienne. You are being detained. We are going to the station. Adrienne's voice stayed calm, but the steel underneath it was unmistakable. I need to tell you something and you need to listen. My name is Adrienne Moss. I am the general CEO of Dominion Federal Bank. This bank? The one you are standing in right now. She reached into her bag and pulled out her official CEO credentials. Photo, title, corporate seal, embossed in gold. Jessica laughed out loud. The CEO is in New York. She would never look like you. That is a lie. Cole glanced at the card and shook his head. People like you will say anything. He grabbed her arm, turned her around, and the handcuffs clicked onto her wrists. Adrienne stood in the middle of her own bank, in a building she had funded, in a lobby where her portrait hung 40 feet away. In handcuffs, she had 1 free second before Cole moved her toward the door. She pulled her phone and typed fast. Being detained at Charlotte branch? Police called on me? Come now. Full security. Hit send. 11 minutes later, 3 black SUVs pulled up hard outside the front entrance. 6 men in black suits came through the doors simultaneously, and walking in front of them, tablet in hand, expression locked in fury, was Maya Chen. She crossed the lobby in 6 strides and stopped in front of Cole. "Do you know who you just handcuffed?" Cole's grip tightened. "Ma'am, step back. This is an active arrest." Maya did not step back. She stepped closer. "Her name is Adrienne Moss. She is the General CEO of Dominion Federal Bank. This bank, the one that employs every person behind that counter, the one whose logo is on the floor you are standing on." Cole's expression flickered. She claimed that, "I do not believe her." Maya held up her tablet. Adrienne's executive profile, her photo, her title, bio listing 22 years with the company, 6 years as CEO, 340 branches. She turned it toward Jessica. "You called the police on your own CEO." Jessica's face went white. "I did not know." She did not say. "She told you exactly who she was. You laughed in her face." Maya opened a folder. "Let me tell you what I know about you, Jessica Hartman. For complaints in 4 years, all from minority customers, all describing the same behavior. A black man with $8,000 questioned for 15 minutes. A Latina woman with a legitimate check made to wait 30 minutes. All 4 complaints dismissed." She closed the folder. "Today you acted on that pattern one more time. Except today, the person you profiled was your boss." Jessica had nothing. Cole still had Adrienne in handcuffs. A customer near the door spoke up. "I just walked down that hallway. There is a portrait wall back there. Adrienne Moss, General CEO. Her picture has been up for 6 years." The lobby went silent. Maya looked at Cole, uncuffed her. "Right now." Cole reached for his keys. The handcuffs came off. Adrienne rubbed her wrists where the metal had cut in. She looked at Jessica, then at Cole, then at the entire room watching. Her voice came out quiet, but every single person in that lobby heard it. "I walked into my own bank to make a deposit. I waited in line. I did nothing wrong, and I was handcuffed. In the middle of this lobby because 2 people looked at me and saw a criminal instead of a CEO." She looked at Jessica directly. "You are fired. Security will escort you out." She looked at Cole. "You will be hearing from my attorney." Then she walked to the counter, picked up her $20,000 from the evidence bag, and placed it in front of the branch manager. "Process the deposit." He nodded, hands shaking. The video was everywhere by noon. 40 million views by the end of the week. Jessica Hartman was terminated within 6 hours. Charged criminally with filing a false police report. Convicted. Sentenced to 6 months in county jail. Banned from banking for life. Officer Dennis Cole was terminated 3 weeks later. 9 years on the force. 8 dismissed complaints. Career over. The city settled Adrienne's federal civil rights lawsuit for $1.1 million within 4 months. Dominion Federal Bank committed $5 million to a fund supporting victims of financial discrimination, and implemented mandatory bias training at all 340 branches. Adrienne Moss is still the General CEO of Dominion Federal Bank. The Charlotte branch now has a large portrait of her hanging in the main lobby, where every customer who walks through the door can see it. Beneath it is a plaque. "Leadership is earned through service. Respect is owed to every person who walks through our doors." A black woman should never have to prove she belongs in a space she built. Assumptions based on race, cost, careers, cost freedom, cost over $1 million. And sometimes the only way a broken system learns is when the cost becomes impossible to ignore. See you in the next one.